It all makes perfect sense. Your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. And today's song request, shout out to Can Opener 5050 out there on YouTube for Roger Waters, Perfect Sense Part 2. This is a change up for the start of the new year. Listen, whatever you send me, I play. What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode. Man, this song cracks me up. I hope you guys are having a good start to the new year. We've got a couple of things that we're going to touch on today, a couple of topics, two of them really about Ethereum. One is a follow-up to an article that I discussed prior to the new year. It may have been actually on the new year, I can't remember, but this whole Justin Sun acquisition, well, we now know that he acquired DLive. It's a pretty good, I think, strategic move for BitTorrent and Justin Sun and the Tron team. Let's see if they can really integrate DLive in a fashion where it will bring more users to decentralized video platforms that aren't in crypto. That's the whole point. We have to get individuals comfortable using decentralized platforms that wouldn't naturally be in that space. And then secondly, out of news BTC, this Elliott wave theory. I'm a trader, so I'm very familiar with Elliott wave. Sometimes I use it, most of the time I don't, but when I see a pattern that resembles Elliott wave, I do pay attention to it. But this Elliott wave theory is suggesting that Bitcoin could be due for its biggest correction yet. Do you believe this? I'm interested to hear what they have to say. And lastly, the topic is Ethereum. We had the upgrade happen on New Year's Day. I pretty much would call this a successful hard fork. So we'll take a look at the details on that, but also what happened a few days prior to that. Didn't get a chance to really talk about this, but Ethereum did have a network attack, and they're saying it raises some security concerns. My thing is, and you guys know, very critical of Ethereum. You know, I'm not too sure of its success as a smart contract platform going forward, just simply because they're so far behind some of their blockchain 3.0 competitors. But what I will say is that any type of attack, exploit is good. Better now than later if you have more adoption. So the more attacks we have, the more exploits we have on any of these blockchains, it's good that it happens now, not later. You're always going to have loopholes, vulnerabilities, so on and so forth. So any upgrade that you do to a network inevitably opens up some type of security hole or vulnerability somewhere else. And you see what's going on with EOS and how the network is exploiting the Rex platform. Great that that happens now. They've already got a fix. They're working on rolling that out, but you need to have this type of stuff happen now so that in the future these networks, these blockchains become more and more resilient. So I don't look at these types of events as necessarily bad. In my opinion, I don't. You guys let me know your thoughts on that. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. And this episode is brought to you by Prime XBT. I'm really liking this platform, guys. Check them out. They have not only cryptocurrencies, but stock indices, commodities. You can trade a number FX. I'm an FX trader as well. 13 years of trading. This is a great platform if you want to just get into those types of markets by funding them with crypto. They do have leverage up to 100x. Again, I always tell you guys, I do not recommend trading at 100x. Not anywhere near it. I trade 20x or lower. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to sign up if you haven't. And also EOS locally, don't forget about them. They are the local Bitcoins of EOS. Much better, no KYC. You can buy and sell EOS while keeping your privacy, peer-to-peer fiat transactions, and there's no custodial, so they never hold your funds. The EOS is sent directly to a smart contract on chain and is secured by the escrow. Again, you can use your own EOS wallet outside of their platform or an exchange wallet. Great setup there over at EOS locally. And again, no KYC. That's the major thing I like. I'll have a link for that as well in the description below. But let's take a look at this sea of red, guys. The heat map. Yeah, we're starting the year off kind of on a downtrend. Honestly, I saw a stat actually that said that the only year that Bitcoin or crypto markets didn't go down in January, I think was like 2011. So statistically, we're not looking good to start the year off. So I'm thinking that in February, we can start our positioning of pricing in that halving coming up in May of 2020. So maybe these are buying opportunities for you. Buy into the dips. You never can really time the bottoms. You never time the tops. You dollar cost average in. That's my philosophy. But we have Bitcoin down 3.8%. Wow. Under 7K, $6,952. Ethereum is down just as much, 3.7% to $127. We've got EOS getting hammered, down 6.5% to $2.45. XRP down 3.4% to 18.5 cents. And Binance not looking well either, down 5% to $13.03. Litecoin down 4.1%, just barely holding on to the $40 handle at $40.10. And what did I say? Head and Shoulders had to readjust it because we truly had the Head and Shoulders here, and we broke below this trend line. We attempted right here to get back above it and failed. This was a failure to get back above this trend line that I drew, and down we went. So at this point, guys, and I said it even a few days ago, I said that I'm not bullish. I have a bearish tone on the markets. So at this point, I believe we're probably going to head lower to test the 6,500 area once again. Maybe we can keep that, maybe we can't, but we'll have to see what happens. I'm still bearish until we get to the 6,500 area to see what happens at that point. You got to watch price action. When you're manually trading, be a reactionary trader, not a proactive trader. But as you see, we've been short in the algo for a few days in Bitcoin. All the way back to the 29th of December, we went short in Bitcoin with the algorithm, and went short, kind of flip-flopped here with Ethereum, but we went short yesterday in Ethereum. So we're double short here with the positions with the algorithm. And if you want to sign up for this algorithm, now you can do it through the YouTube membership program. Just hit the join button and you'll see the various levels. The top tier level is the Trader Gang membership, where you'll get access to this algo. And I'll also be adding the FX signal to that membership here in a couple of weeks. So we're sitting in a very strong position with both pairs as far as the algo goes. So speaking of Bitcoin and its bearish tone, let's see what this Elliott wave is talking about. According to the commonly used technical analysis principle, Bitcoin could be due for its biggest correction yet, one that will take the crypto industry by surprise and cause mass capitulation. According to the Elliott wave theory, humans are subject to rhythmical procedure, quote unquote, and because of this, calculations having to do with these activities can be projected far into the future. In more simple terms, because human behaviors are cyclical, the impact these behaviors have on the market and market prices of assets like Bitcoin are also cyclical and thus predictable. The theory suggests that markets move in either impulsive or corrective phases based on human emotions. Impulsive moves are said to be 5 waves, and depending on the trend direction, they could be up or down, followed by a 3-wave corrective phase in the opposite direction. So an ABC correction puts Bitcoin's price target below current bear market bottom. They said that Bitcoin has completed the final wave 5, that is, at the crypto bubble peak back in 2017, and has just completed wave B in a ABC corrective wave as Bitcoin reached a top during the 2019 rally in late June. So essentially what comes next is the C corrective wave target, which is significantly lower than the A wave, which bounced at 3,100. The accompanying price chart also shows a target of around 1,000, which is the peak of wave 3 on the impulse move up. So wow, I'm telling you guys, if we break 3,000, there is a serious problem in the price of Bitcoin from a midterm perspective. Not necessarily meaning that the technology is something wrong with that, or will stop working, but from a fundamental perspective when it dealing with price, I think that would be a big shift in sentiment if we break 3,000. That's my take. If we break 3,000, first, it does give people who didn't get in back even in like 2014, if it goes to $1,000, people, that's a blessing in disguise for many people. But we all know hindsight is 2020. And will you be buying at $1,000? Because you got to remember, just because it goes to $1,000 doesn't mean you can't lose 50% or more of your money from $1,000, right? I don't know. I don't believe that we're going this low. I don't see us going below 3,000. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But 3,000 was a violent area of support where we bounced off 3K and shot all the way to $20,000 Bitcoin. So if we traverse all of that, people, it's not a good look. I tell you that much. So we'll have to see what happens here. But you guys let me know. What do you think? 1,000 on the way? I don't think so. Give me your reasons why or why not. Many times the reason I don't even use this Elliott wave, though it is true, it does work, but it's not 100%. It's not even, I would say, depending on the time frame, it's not even 50% right. Because where the waves start and end is the problem. It's too subjective in that nature where, one person may say the wave started here and ends here, and another person may say it started here and ends there. That's the problem with Elliott wave. So we'll just have to see what happens. Next article. Yes, the Ethereum network was attacked a few days ago on December 31st. It says that it appeared to have survived an intentional attack, which reportedly came very close to bringing down the entire network. The attack was confirmed by Australia-based blockchain developer, which exploited a software glitch in a widely used Ethereum client called Parity. As noted, the cryptocurrency security consultant said the attack is simple. You send a Parity node a block with invalid transactions, but valid header borrowed from another block. The node will mark the block header as invalid and ban this block header forever, but the header is still valid. So he further says that a significant number of Parity Ethereum nodes became unsynced with Ethereum network. Although a software patch was released about 14 hours after the attack had been reported, there are still several Ethereum nodes that haven't been updated. This time, Aaron noted that the attack failed to bring down the Ethereum network because there's another popular ETH client called Gith, which is reportedly immune to this particular attack. He argued, though, that if the Ethereum community did not have Gith, then the attack would have been quite serious. He's worried that with fewer resources supporting Parity, the Ethereum community might have Gith in 2020. But with that being the case, one Ethereum client then attacks similar to this one experience on New Year's Eve could potentially bring down the entire network instead of only being inconvenienced. Though some people are saying this is hyperbole simply because only 20% of the Ethereum nodes are actually running Parity, so the attack didn't actually come close to taking down the network. And I think it's good to see, and this should be, a lesson learned for other networks. If everyone was Parity, running Parity's version of the node, that's a form of centralization from a software implementation standpoint. So it's good to see that they were diverse in that way so that the exploit didn't take down all of the network. But man, we're only one bug away. So it's very possible these things can happen in the future on any blockchain, to be honest, even Bitcoin, on any of them. So we should never get too confident because at the end of the day, it's all software. So also regarding Ethereum, the update happened on New Year's Day. I reported on this. Many developers were pissed off that they decided to do this upgrade on New Year's Day. It says the mainnet has finally undergone the Glacier hard fork. The update was activated at block number 9.2 million on January 2nd, 2020. At the time of writing, major cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance, Kraken, Bittrex, and Bitso were ready to support the upgrade, while exchanges like Coinbase, Bithumb, Huobi, Poloniex, Gemini, and Bitfinex had not taken a clear stand on the hard fork yet. This community-dedicated hard fork had only one improvement proposal, which was basically to delay the difficulty bomb, which is also referred to as the Ethereum Ice Age. And I told you guys before that they forgot to include this very critical portion in the previous hard fork that happened 2 weeks ago. So they had to do another one just for that. 88.6% of clients were ready, while 11.4% were not ready. Additionally, at the time of writing, as per Ethernodes, clients Gith and Parity Ethereum, Infra, and Etherscan were running in sync with the update, while Nethermind showed no signs of it. So there you have it with the upgrade. Again, Ethereum is very far from getting to the goal of being proof of stake. That's the ultimate transition they're trying to make within the next 2 years. 2 years is a long time in crypto, and that's where I've been very suspicious of their timeline. I don't think it's actually going to happen in 2 years or less than 2 years. We'll see. Maybe it does, but even if it does happen within that time frame, they will be light years behind their competitors. Last article, YouTube competitor DLive joins BitTorrent. This is a big announcement here. DLive will migrate to the Tron blockchain and use BitTorrent's peer-to-peer file system sharing, BTFS. In addition, BitTorrent will merge its own streaming platform, BLive, with DLive. The reshuffle puts the YouTube competitor onto the ecosystem of BitTorrent, the peer-to-peer file sharing giant with over 100 million monthly users. DLive is currently hosted on Lino blockchain and will continue to do so until the transition to the Tron blockchain is complete. It will merge its account systems with BitTorrent's in the first quarter of this year and will integrate its content to BitTorrent and uTorrent sometime mid-year. So if you guys don't know, DLive does have some heavy hitters like PewDiePie over there on the platform. So I would have to say that BitTorrent is the closest right now to being a competitor to YouTube. Though you have to understand, YouTube's numbers are astronomical. They do like, I think somewhere around 2 billion monthly viewers. That is crazy. And so it's going to take many, when I say many years, I'm saying a decade plus for any one decentralized platform to really even give YouTube a run for its money. And they're still growing. YouTube is still growing. So I don't know. It's a good step in the right direction for sure. We'll see how that pans out. I think that's a good acquisition by Justin Sun. Definitely think that's a good acquisition. Leave your 2 Satoshis on Tron in the comments below. And that's pretty much it for today. Shout out again to Can Opener 5050 for the song request. I'm not taking any new song requests from non-members. You guys can sign up easily on my YouTube channel by clicking the join button. As low as $2.99 a month, you can send me song requests. You can send me crypto and non-crypto questions that will be included in a weekly Ask the Block episode and many other perks. So check it out. Just click the join button to find out more information about that. And I appreciate all the ones who have signed up thus far. Much appreciation for that. Found this video informative, people? Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And that's my 2 Satoshis for January 2nd, 2020. I got to get used to saying that, people. I'm out of here. How?